Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek X Chic, and we're back with another reaction to Cobra Kai. We're now into episode 6, which is called Quiver. So the last episode was one of the more nostalgic episodes of the show so far in this season. It was our homage to Mr. Miyagi, aka Pat Morita. Unfortunately, of course, he could not be part of this production because he passed away quite a while ago now, but he really was just as essential to this movie as Ralph Macchio was as Daniel. And their dynamic is really what made this show what it was. And he was just spectacular. And it's just so sad that this couldn't have happened while he was still alive. But I love that the show still realized what a huge part he still plays in this show. Like, even though he's not directly involved, the influence that he had on Daniel, the lessons that he taught Daniel, like those shaped him at a very crucial time in his life. And even though he can't physically be there, his presence is so immense that it's still felt all these years later. I think the show did a fantastic job in highlighting how important and how big and influential that presence was. We're ready to jump into this episode and see how all of this mess continues, this really beautiful, messy, fun, and beautiful plot that they've woven here. But before we do, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Hopefully you'll enjoy what you see and consider hitting that like button. And if you really like what you see, you'll hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified when I do more reactions to this show. I will be reacting to Cobra Kai Season 4 when that comes out later this year, pretty much at the end of the year. I also do a lot of other really fun shows. And if you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hopefully today will be the day. I would love to see you part of the family and part of my journey to 10K. All right, that out of the way, guys. Let's get into the reaction right about now. Oh, look at baby Johnny. So wait, he has a Walkman. I'm trying to remember how long ago Walkmans came out. I don't think they were out in the 70s or in the 80s. I mean, look, I'm not going to come for the show too much for not knowing exactly what would be around during that time, since the people who produced it, I think, would have been children at this age or not born. But I'm pretty sure Walkmans did not come out until the 90s, if memory serves. I had one, but I was in the 90s when I got it. And this is where his love of karate was formed. Ah, he was so happy once. You got this, Johnny. Strike first. But not the children, because they're children. What am I saying? He doesn't care.
Okay, today we begin.
Authority, sir. These are teenagers.
Quiet!
There you go.
Nice shirt. Thanks. I'm joking, it sucks.
I was about to say, he doesn't compliment people, like, ever.
I see losers, I see nerds. I see a fat kid with a funny hat with his tits popping out. But in my short time as a sensei, I've also seen some miracles.
Damn. Is that a compliment?
No, not line up in a line. Lines, get in lines.
You mean like rows?
Words are important, Johnny. You're gonna have to start using them a little more. Oh, look who's cyber stalking. Didn't even know his name last week, did you? Cyberbullying sucks.
Hey, what's going on? You going for a swim? You gonna invite the girls over?
Nah, not today.
And as usual, teenagers not sharing that with their parents. I don't know if any teenagers watch this, but I know you think that handling this kind of stuff is the way to go, but it's not. I understand you don't want to be embarrassed like poor Hawk's parents did, but, you know, sometimes things are outside of your control, and it's okay to talk to your parents about it, especially when it's that overbearing.
Let's try to remember what happened 10 years ago when you and I hit the mat for a little karate.
Yeah, let's not do that again. You mean 10 years ago is the last time y'all...
My dad hates his guts. When he finds out I'm working for him, he's gonna lose his shit.
Fighting positions.
Very true. I don't think your friends really care about it, though.
Yeah, maybe that's what they teach you in school. But in the real world, you can't expect people to do what they're supposed to do.
This is true.
If you can't handle someone making fun of you, how are you going to handle an elbow to the teeth?
By calling the police?
Okay.
Dude.
Over that?
It's not like he's a teacher who can give us a bad grade. We're paying him.
Okay, let's take the privilege down a few hundred notches, kiddo. Johnny may not be a perfect guy, but this is his dojo and you did show up. That was right on the tailbone.
Let that be a lesson, all of you.
Don't let me off my class.
Besides, I don't need to learn karate when I have you.
This is true, kids. If you don't actually want to do the exercise, just find a really tough friend. Yeah, you better turn around, Kyler. See, that moment is 50-50 for me. Obviously, you know, you don't want to make fun of somebody who has it's clearly something they didn't have any control over. But at the same time, Hawk will have to learn that this is a part of him and it's not wrong. And if people have a problem with it, it's their problem and not his. I'm not saying he should deal with it with violence, but he does have to learn to kind of build his own self-esteem and not let people's ignorance get the better of him.
Oh yeah, we gotta get him a shirt. Means you're part of the team. What else you need? Business cards? Tote bag? How about monogram cufflinks?
Why? Why are you being a dick to a 16-year-old? I don't.
For sure. Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Not the smirk. See, moments like this are defining for a lot of teenagers because clearly he's done a lot of stuff that he shouldn't do, but I don't think a lot of people have trusted Robbie to do anything proper in the past, and it's either going to be a moment of pride or a moment he falls into old behavior.
This little piggy needs a group. Don't
Right here.
volunteer at once.
Come on, Miguel. There you go. Just had to mess with him, huh? Can he drive?
What the hell's the matter with you? What are you thinking?
Like, seriously.
Screw this.
Seriously, why would you mess with a 16-year-old kid? And how do you think he would have gotten the keys?
Hey, whoa, he's up. I surrender.
You
Right?
don't have to fire me, okay? I quit.
Hey, Robbie, it's Robbie, right? Come here. Right? It's Robbie, you're gonna break your thumb there.
You need to like learn to say Robbie, know his name.
Listen, I'm sorry for calling you out inside, all right? That's on me. I should have heard your side of it.
Thank you.
You're not the only one with a temper around here.
All right, well, thanks.
So, Robbie, where you from?
He's like, I don't know how to handle this kindness.
I'm gonna head back inside and announce the sorry you almost got killed sales event. I'll see you in a minute.
He's like, wow, he actually genuinely cared that I was gonna leave and apologize and everything. Oh, I do not miss dissection in biology. I hated that project.
Stupid rumor that I'm sure you guys have heard about me.
Oh, yes.
Stupid rumors, hurtful lies. People are monsters.
Says the guy who was literally spreading it 2 seconds ago.
I want to see who the quitters are, not you guys. You're in it to win it. Right? You could be at home playing your iComputers, playing your video games, eating candy.
The computer.
Doing push-ups, learn how to fight. So, right, speak up, Liv. Or is your tongue messed up too? Are you one of those challenge kids?
Ask. He's asking for it.
Could be on the spectrum.
I don't know what that is, but get out pronto. All right?
I should laugh.
If you want to be something other than a nerd with a scar on his lip, then you gotta flip the script, okay? Like, get a face tattoo, or gouge your eye out. We'll call you Patch, all right? No, don't do that one.
Jesus, Johnny. Not the coaching we need.
Oh, great. Oh, come on, Diaz. They're a bunch of losers.
So are you at the
My
moment.
friends. You don't know what it's like to be us.
He does.
Wow.
And he hates that person. That's his problem. But also, he acts like everyone just walks into the dojo knowing how to do karate. Like, it's a lesson. It's a process. They might be losers now, but they can be winners with a little bit of work. Hence why they're at a karate dojo.
Just joking, it's Miguel. Let me know if you need to know some taste class.
Look at Miguel being all sweet and thoughtful, using social media for something good. You know who really is taking a beating in this whole show? Johnny's kidneys. It's not even good beer.
Get those lessons, then I can totally get it above my head.
Look at his mommy.
Look, the kid's a social reject. He doesn't have a single friend.
Maybe this is how he can make some friends.
Make some friends.
Why would you marry someone who talks to your kid like that?
Huh?
Poor Johnny. The way he probably tolerated that man for his mother, but why his mother would tolerate something like that. I will never get how women will put up with that just to have a man in their lives. I mean, yes, it kept them cushy, but if you ever talk to my kid that way, or me, sir, I would have been a widow. I know you're not walking in with your shoes on.
You want to stick around? Learn a few things?
Well, all right. It's not like I have a mother waiting at home for me. Daniel's so happy. He's like, someone wants to play with me.
3 more absences, Sensei.
Bunch of pussies.
Okay, Aisha, please don't make my namesake. Don't do it to me.
Called you names. I've humiliated you.
Bullied. That's the word you're looking for.
Cobra Kai is about strength.
It's not
You're not
strength.
strong on the inside, you can't be strong on the outside.
Bullies are actually the weakest on the inside.
And I know that. Because I was you.
Vulnerability? Kind
I
of.
used to have no... Used to be the weirdo kid. Not that weird, I still hooked up with babes and all.
Oh my God, Johnny.
Point is, I wasn't always
Oh
the
my
bad
God.
guy I am today.
Oh, you were so cute, Billy Zabka.
Eli, what happened?
Who's Eli?
Wait, you the kid with the lip? Nice cut, bro.
Didn't notice it right off the bat.
Hawk. Fall in.
Mo apostrophe Hawk.
Fear does not exist in this dojo.
Does it?
No, Sensei.
Pain
Does not exist in this dojo. Does it?
No, Sensei.
Class, are you ready to learn the way of the fist?
Yes, Sensei. Here we go. Johnny's finally got his core team after literally breaking down the rest. Oh, this is such an interesting episode in so many ways. I mean, one of the things I loved the most about it the first time and even now seeing it again is seeing Johnny's backstory, because we never had anything, right? The movie, of course, was about Daniel, so that's fine. We didn't really need to know a lot about Johnny, but I'm somebody who's always, since I was a kid, been like, I need to understand why villains are villains. Like, I just can't believe that everybody is just evil for the sake of being evil. Like, especially in high school, right? Like, bullies exist. I was bullied. I think a good chunk of the world has gone through some kind of bullying during their youth at some point. But, you know, even the kids in my school who were bullies, I know they weren't like that all the time, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, in fairness, by the time I got to like junior high, high school, I wasn't being bullied anymore. But in elementary, yeah, it sucked. But looking back now, I realized like these were just kids. You know, these were 10, 12, 13, 15, 16-year-old kids. And you just don't have enough going on in life yet to be just a mustache twirling villain at that age. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that kids at that age can't do horrible and vile things, but it typically isn't coming from like this deep place of malice is my point. It's more that there's other things going on. Something led you to make these decisions to feel like hurting other people is the way to make yourself feel better. And in Johnny's case, we see that he was, I mean, I wouldn't even say he was a nerdy kid by any stretch. I mean, for whatever age that actor was supposed to be, like 12-ish or whatever, he looked like a very average kid that you would see somewhere in LA. But apparently he didn't feel like he fit in. He didn't have a lot of friends. He wanted to be a magician, which is adorable. You know, he just didn't find his tribe. And unfortunately, having a mother who was putting up with the absolute worst for the sake of money and security, he didn't exactly have anybody in his corner to help him see that who he was all that mattered, and that the people who didn't like him for that were not the right people for him. Instead, you know, he just got sick of being bullied by his stepfather and probably other people at school and thought that fighting was the way out. And as we all know, Kreese saw that, took that vulnerability and basically turned it into a weapon, which was not the way to deal with it. And then we saw in turn the way that Johnny used that advice to give to Eli/Hawk and be like, yeah, like, you know, you got to flip the narrative and you got to make people think differently about you. You can't be weak. And like I said during the episode, it's not bad advice in the sense of it's true that decide the way people are going to perceive you, in the sense of it's not to say there weren't going to be jerks who might say something about his scar, but unfortunately, Eli was very insecure about his scar. And whether or not that was before or after the bullying, we don't know. But the point is, when he walked into that dojo with his new hairstyle and his posture being different, you saw Johnny was like, oh wait, you're the kid with the lip, right? And I don't think it was an accident. Like, I really think Johnny didn't see that. He saw the hair, he saw the big presence, and he just was interested in who this was. And if Eli walked into more situations about basically like, this is me, I'm a cool guy, I like me for me, and you know, his scar was just something that was there. I mean, it's not to say no one would notice. You know, that's just, if you have vision, you would notice he had it, but it wouldn't be this big deal, right? Like, yes, jerks like Kyler might say something, but if he truly felt comfortable in himself and loved himself, there's nothing that Kyler or anybody else in school could say about his lip that would faze him. That part of the lesson that Johnny was saying was right. You know, to have that confidence about yourself, just maybe not all the degradation and the beating down mentally and emotionally first. He didn't need that. And that's the part that Johnny really struggles with, right? He's just had so much negative reinforcement for so much of his life that he really doesn't know any other way to be. And I'm not saying it's an excuse and that he should still do it. I'm just saying that it helps you understand where his behavior is coming from, because we have seen so far in this series And obviously, as we go through, that Johnny's not a bad guy. Not really. He's not a heartless, horrible person. He actually has a lot of kindness, and he does have love to give, but he's been through a series of circumstances that have made him think that this is the way he needs to be to survive. But that's kind of part of this whole show. This is his journey of getting out of that, well, I mean, we're looking at Showtime, like almost 50-year journey of being raised and taught and thinking that way, and realizing that there is a different way thanks to the people he's surrounded with, like Miguel, right? So anyways, great episode once again. I just like this show so much. I think they do such a good job with the storytelling. I just love going through this all over again. So I hope you guys like watching along with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video.